Yes, beautiful one, and we are here again. And we are talking turning anxiety into action. Come on, let's go. Let's have this conversation. I am NatashaJohn-Baptiste, life coach, peer mentor, and I'm here for you. Worry, worry, worry. Do you find yourself overly worrying, overly concerned, overly stressing about what tomorrow's going to bring when we haven't even got through today yet? And you know something? Whenever I have a gig, I always get anxious prior for no possible reason, worrying that I'm not going to sound good enough, worrying that this will go wrong, worrying that will go wrong. Mind you, I must say, the last gig I went on recently, my car broke down, got me to the gig and boom, just almost getting home, car broke down. But that was something else to be anxious about and worry about, and I will deal with that another day. I will deal with it tomorrow. Anxiety, it can be fuel for action, and it can also be fuel towards positive change. Now, why would I say that anxiety is fuel towards positive change? We know that being anxious is just fear of the unknown, fear of worrying about what's happening down the road when we haven't even got through today's challenges and anxieties and stresses and worries. And really, we know that anxiety is not a negative thing, but it can get to that point, and we'll see when it does get to that point and what we may need to do. So anxiety is energy that fuels something that we know is coming up, like a presentation or, like I said, a gig or something like that. We stress that we are going to probably be less than, when the fact is you are enough. Trust me, we are enough, and we're perfect in imperfection. So it's that energy and that fuel towards what is to come. We are anticipating something that may happen in the future. Anxiety helps us to channel things into productivity. So, like, I know that I'm preparing for a workshop that I'm going to be doing soon, and I've got to get it done. So you're working away, you're working towards a goal of something that's going to happen in the future. So it pushes that productivity, or yes, it pushes us towards being quite productive. So again, anxiety, it's not a negative thing, but it is something that is quite useful. Like we said, it is that energy. And sometimes when we are anxious, we can shy away from doing things, or we can work towards feeling the fear and doing it anyway. So being anxious, but knowing that in that anxiety, we're going to come off victorious, because we're going to make sure that we accomplish whatever it is that's probably making us anxious. We worry unnecessarily, because you wouldn't be in the field that you're in if you weren't good enough to be in that field, or you wouldn't be in the field that you're in due to, even through anxiety, through being anxious, that people wouldn't call you up to do what you do. So I wouldn't say there's no point in being anxious, because we know that it is energy. We know that it is something that moves us to the greater good of doing or being involved in something, that it's just a little bit of pre-nerves, and that is a good thing. Because sometimes if we're not anxious or we're not nervous, then we need to question sometimes, in that sense, the reasons why, because we should always anticipate what's going to happen. However, if we're finding that the anxiety is getting quite overwhelming, if we find that we can't function because we are anxious about every single little thing, maybe you might need a little bit of help in working through your anxiety, in working through those stresses and those strains, because it might just be a little block or something that one might have, and talking about it is really helpful to alleviate that pre-stress or that pre-anxiousness that one might feel before an event. I know a lady, she used to get, oh man, she had such bad stage fright. She was an amazing singer, but to get her on the stage, it was just like a no-no. And she used to double over and all sorts when it comes to that. And sometimes when we get into that position, it can prevent us from showing our greatness. So if we are having trouble in that area, then definitely seek help. Definitely seek like a therapist or someone that can help you work through your anxiety, but knowing that anxiety is the energy to help you fuel your way. And you know, once you get through that presentation, once you get through that performance or whatever it is that's making you anxious, you'll be so happy that you did it. Like I said, I had that gig the other day and I thought, oh gosh, my throat's feeling so tight, I'm not feeling quite right. But you know, I opened up my mouth and boom, it happened. And I was like, oh, why are you so anxious all the time? But it's us working through it, making sure that we reach that end goal of achieving that act or whatever it is that we are anxious about, knowing if we are finding it really difficult, getting the help that we need as well. So beautiful one, thanks for coming on board. I am Natasha John-Baptiste, life coach, peer mentor, and I'm here for you. So beautiful one, take care, and I'll see y'all on the other side.